What's up? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. Sorry about that, by the way. Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau. Like always, man, on all podcast platforms, everywhere is the BrandonJaneauShow. It's the audio version. Go there, man. Some of them you can subscribe. Some of them you can comment, review. But more importantly, man, just listen, man. YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow, like always. And of course, social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, BrandonJaneauShow. Um, yeah. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. And let's get into it. This is point of view of random shit, by the way. If you didn't know that, so let me explain that. So a lot of things, a lot of topics I go at right now, but one topic I wanted to talk about was the writers and actors pretty much on strike right now in Hollywood. Um, so the actors voted yesterday to unanimously to go on strike, uh, pretty much prolonging a lot of things. So your favorite TV show, if it wasn't already in production or already done, you ain't getting it this year, possibly. Um, your favorite movie, if you like the movie, you heard about a movie that was coming out, well, you're not getting any promotion for it. I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. Now that's shut down. And that ain't coming out to around like 2025 or late 2024 if they when they go back. You got a lot of things that are now pretty much shut down because of this writer's strike. And that's just the actors. The writers been on strike since the beginning of this year, to be honest with you. Like fuck shit. Like since like April? Like April, May? The writers have been on strike and now and people were supporting it. And here's the thing about life, right? The writer strike when it happened like April, May, and then like right after that, there were there were conversations about it on social media and stuff like that. Like the week that it was kind of like a thing, a couple weeks into it, and then it went away, and nobody talked about it. like nobody talked about it. Now it's back. Now you're hearing about it again, and because of the actors are being now on strike. And what is my thoughts on it, man? What is my thoughts on this? Um, I hope the actors stay in solidarity with the writers and they stay in this strike. When you have companies that are benefiting from people that work 9 to 5, or more importantly, people that work week to week off of a script or voiceover work or like that is literally the job of some of these writers and actors. Some of these people are now not going to work anymore. And the reason why this is such an impactful thing, and it's what uh, the way they've been putting it is that this is the first time actors and writers have been on strike together in 60 years. When you hear some of the writers and some of the not famous actors go through the rigorous grind of being in this world of Hollywood and trying to be seen. The writers were one thing, now the actors are on strike, and this is a way different conversation. And this is why I say I hope that the actors stay in solidarity with the writers because it just takes one actor to cross the picket fence, I guess, and say, I gotta promote this. This is how I eat. It takes one. It takes one. So I hope they're in solidarity with these writers because it's easy to be on the front lines and picking line and with them when it's their shit, you know, being up for grabs. But now you're taking a risk, and a lot of these companies who have decided to pretty much tell the writers to go fuck themselves, because that's pretty much what they are telling the writers, to go fuck themselves. When you have Disney head man literally say, we're gonna let the writers starve, they'll be begging us to take them back. We want the motherfuckers to go bankrupt. We want them to lose their apartments. You admit that these fucking writers are in apartments. That's crazy. You want them to pretty much go hungry, man, and you want them to be homeless before you give them the proper respect of creating scripts, turning stories, characters that we all love and know, but you treat them like they're 9 to 5 people. And that's the thing about this country, right? This country is built on free labor, right? It's built on, well, labor. It's built on, you could come to America and be anything you want to be. And it's fucked up that the people that work the hardest get paid the least. And the people that benefit from those people that work the hardest are the ones that sit there and tell you, fuck them, let them starve. That's crazy to me. That's fucked up. But that's the way of the world, right? At least this country. This is going to be a very, very interesting time frame, because this is the thing about Hollywood. Actors being on strike is a massive fucking cash cow, is a massive cash flow stoppage to Hollywood, because now you don't have these movie premieres you're going to anymore. They don't have movie premieres. They're not promoting movies. They're not going anywhere. Like, you literally, there was literally the Oppenheimer. I think I said that right. Oppenheimer premiere in London yesterday. The actors literally said, we got to push this shit up an hour because we're 8 hours in front of Hollywood. We got to push this shit up an hour to go do this promo, and then we're done with promo. This movie doesn't come out until another week from now. This movie is pegged to be one of the biggest movies of the summer. Could possibly an Oscar nominated movie. It's Christopher Nolan. He's going to probably get some Oscar looks for this fucking movie. The movie looks amazing. I might go see this shit when it comes out. To be honest with you, I might have to take that money and go spend it. But but and it's Christopher Nolan. When the fuck did he ever let us down in movies? So this man gave us Batman trilogy. Like, he is not let us down yet. But they literally said, we gotta, speed this. We gotta go up an hour with this because they didn't want to break the rules of what this is, what the strike is. You got a movie like Barbie, who has enough promo out, and pretty much everything is centered around promoting this movie. But now actors and actresses are not going to be able to promote this movie anymore. It's over. It's done. But what happens after this week and next week for the movies that came out this month? What happens in August? What happens in September, October, November, December? Because these movies are also coming out. These are already slated to drop when it comes. So how long does this writer strike and actor strike really take? Because now you got actors and actresses in movies that are supposedly supposed to be coming out for these companies that said fuck them writers. Well, guess what? Now you about to see what fuck them people mean to you, because now these people can't promote you. They can't promote your company. They can't promote the movie. So what happens? Who needs who is kind of the biggest question. See, when writers are on a strike, you don't give a shit because it's fuck them writers. Let's put some AI and give AI a chance to write over these people. But now that these actors are also on strike, you already put movie. These movies are already slated to drop. So however long this takes, these companies are going to lose money. As much as we talk about blockbuster movies. There's been a lot of blockbuster movies that have kind of already failed this summer. Flash, Indiana Jones, Elemento. There's a lot of movies that haven't lived up to its potential, and they put a lot of money behind this shit. So you're already behind the eight ball with a lot of these movies, and now you're about to tell, and now these actors are on hiatus, pretty much doing a strike, and they can't promote the movies that's supposed to come out. So if you're Warner Brothers, if you're Disney, who has Marvel, who has a couple of movies and TV shows that's coming out in the next couple of months, if you're Netflix, like with TV series that are about to come out in the next couple of months, all of this shit is now delayed and it's pushed back because actors and writers are now together, being solidarity on the picket line. And if that is the case, and they continue to push this way, what does this mean for casuals, right? What does it mean for us? What does it mean for fans like us? Well, you better do like I do. you, you better do like I do, and that is watch old ass TV shows. I am on YouTube watching the Boondocks right now. I will watch the Boondocks. I have no problems with it. I will go to Tubi and watch Yu-Gi-Oh. I will I will go to Netflix and rewatch shows I've already watched. I don't give a shit. I Old movies I've already seen, because until these people get paid, man, I don't see the point of it. I don't see the point of working for people. I don't see hardworking people taking lesser when the streaming services, you don't know how it work. We're about to find out how streaming services work, because these people are getting no money for the streaming services. They can write, they have written shows, and then the shows come out and they get paid for that, but they don't get paid for the rewatches and shit, because streaming service has become a thing over the last couple of years, that now people are now like, well, I should get paid for all of the rewatches. And because a show doesn't become hot until maybe a couple weeks into it. I didn't hear about Wednesday until maybe 2 weeks after the show had came out, and then I went and watched it, and I was like, oh shit, this is actually really good, and shit like that, like Secret Invaders on Disney Plus right now. I'm cool with watching this every week. I'm cool with taking, me watching episode 4 and being like, what the fuck? And then waiting a week to watch. See, this is the thing, but I'm probably gonna binge watch this after it all comes out. I've already watched the one episode in its own, when it comes out that Wednesday, but then when I'm bored, I probably rewatch the whole series one day just because I'm bored. So a lot of these writers that's writing these scripts and writing these TV shows and stuff, they're never getting money for the streaming services. They're getting their money for the first show, the first time it's aired, and that's it. So that's one of the things that they want. They want um residuals for streaming, which I totally agree. Because we don't, and to sit here and say we don't know how streaming services data works, or the algorithm works on streaming services, is redundant. It's like, bro, this shit been around for like 10 years now. You telling me you do not know how streaming services work? That's crazy to me. You don't know how the numbers work. You don't know how these people who are supposed to be getting the benefits off of this shit. Like, that's crazy. AI, like I said earlier, is one of the reasons why they also are pretty much, striking. We gotta stop thinking a computer can make you feel some way. We gotta stop thinking a computer is human. It's not. It's a fucking computer. As much as we tell it to do whatever we tell it to do, it's still a fucking computer, man. Nobody can tell. Re a computer can't tell Jackie Robinson's story. That's a human being that lived. Like, 42 can't be made with a computer. They had to make that movie because that was a real life event that changed the course of race, sports, and the way you look at the world. You can't make that with a computer because that's a real life situation that happened. So all of this AI shit, that people continue to try to run and continue to try to promote and push. I'm all about technology. I love it. I since I was a kid, I always worked on computers. I always worked on video games. If my Nintendo 64 broke down or somebody's Nintendo 64 broke down, go get Brandon out the house. He'll fix it. I love technology. That's always been my thing. But I also know there's a point where you have to go outside into the world and actually communicate with people. I'm not so good at that, but I'm trying. AI cannot fix that. AI cannot redeem and create a human conversation like that because that's a real life emotion. What I love seeing right now when I get on social media, particularly TikTok, is these guys going up to these girls and talking to them. One girl might be like, "Nah, I'm good on it," and then the next girl, he like, "Okay, cool," and go to the next girl and he start talking to her. AI can't do that shit, bro. AI, it can't happen. It just you have to go through that shit, and that's the thing. All in all, man, to me personally, man, the writers, actors, um, to be honest, I don't know what the actors are striking for. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have no idea what the actors are striking for. If they're being on solidarity with the writers, then I 100% agree with that because a lot of these actors don't really need to strike. They are already pretty much paid comfortably. But the writers, if you're on strike with the writer, if you're on strike with the writers, like if you're 100% being, you know, good people with the writers, man. If that's the way you want to move. The writers are getting fucked, and they definitely need big time actors to say, if you fuck them, what do you think of us? And that's the thing. When something like this happens, it's just a matter of time before it creeps up into what you hold near and dear to your heart. So if it's writers that's getting fucked today, the actors are getting fucked tomorrow. And that is why these actors are standing with them. And that's what I think more than anything. I think these actors are standing with these writers because if AI is coming in to fuck up the writers, imagine what they think they could do with AI when they making movies. And you want to play hardball with a script and you don't want to come and do the movie like they told you to. Oh, really? Okay. Well, you got his voice. We get a machine. Yeah, we're gonna fuck around and get him out of here. So I'm all for the writers, man. I'm all for the actors. Strike, strike, strike. Fuck Hollywood. That is fucking ridiculous for you to sit on your high horse and tell them fuck them. They go homeless before we give them the money. They could go homeless before they give you money. That's fucked up. When you have written everything that has come out of there fucking and made these motherfuckers millionaires and billionaires. Yeah, fuck Hollywood for that. That is fucking ridiculous. Strike, strike, strike. I'm Brandon Janeau. Peace.